Trump. Iran seeks deal with the U.S. to avoid military conflict.
The Olympic Organizing Committee calls for a global truce.
Journeys bringing a warm Tet to the Highlands.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go, the first headline of the show. U.S. President Donald Trump said on January 3rd that he believes Tehran wants to reach a deal with Washington in order to avoid a military conflict.
Trump stressed that U.S. forces currently positioned close to Iran are larger than those previously deployed during the Venezuela operation. His remarks appeared to refer to a U.S. naval strike group led by the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, which Washington has dispatched to the Middle East. He also expressed hope that a deal with Iran could be reached, while acknowledging that tensions remain extremely high. When asked whether he had set a deadline for Iran to reach an agreement on its nuclear program, ballistic missiles, and other issues, Trump said the United States had indeed set a deadline, but only Iran would know exactly how long it is. Earlier, the White House chief warned that Iran must return to negotiations over its nuclear program or face much tougher action from the United States. Tehran, for its part, has threatened to retaliate against the U.S., Israel, and their allies if it comes under attack.
Ahead of the Milan Continental Winter Olympics, the United Nations and the event's organizers have called for a global cessation of hostilities in line with the ancient tradition of the Olympic truce.
Under the plan, the proposed truce would begin 1 week before the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics on February 6th and remain in effect until 1 week after the Paralympics conclude on March 15th. The appeal is backed by a resolution of the United Nations General Assembly. However, experience shows that the Olympic truce is rarely observed in practice. Fighting continues in Ukraine and other flashpoints, underscoring the repeated failure to uphold ceasefire commitments. According to available data, since the revival of the Olympic truce in 1994, no Olympic Games has achieved a comprehensive cessation of hostilities. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, stressed that the Olympics symbolize peace, respect for international law, and multilateral cooperation. Meanwhile, Kirsty Coventry, president of the International Olympic Committee, said the Games provide a rare space for people to come together in solidarity and friendship, rather than as adversaries.
On the morning of January 31st in Ho Chi Minh City, Nghe An Fellow Countrymen Association in southern Vietnam just held a gathering to mark the start of the new year 2026 and prepare for the upcoming Lunar New Year, the Year of the Horse.
In a warm and cordial atmosphere, delegates reflected on the development and activities of the Nghe An Fellow Countrymen Association in southern Vietnam over recent years. Re-established and officially launched in September 2022, the association has played an important role in connecting Nghe An natives living in Ho Chi Minh City and southern provinces, while organizing numerous initiatives in support of their hometown. These efforts have focused in particular on social welfare, assisting disadvantaged people, and providing support for Nghe An students, university students, and young people as they pursue education and build their careers. The achievements, reputation, and success of Nghe An fellow countrymen across the country, especially in the southern region, remain a source of pride, a strong spiritual pillar, and a valuable resource for the province's party committees, authorities, and people.
Upcoming are some updated news.
The Vinh-Thanh Thuy Expressway project in Nghe An Province has been highlighted by the Prime Minister as a top priority, as it serves not only economic development, but also national defense and security, social welfare, and other strategic objectives. The Vinh-Thanh Thuy Expressway is planned to be approximately 60 kilometers long, with a full 4-lane configuration and a total investment of around VND 23.94 trillion. Consulting units are currently accelerating surveys and design work, with project approval targeted for March 2026. The Prime Minister has instructed ministries, sectors, and local authorities to maintain a high level of focus and decisively implement agreed tasks, ensuring progress, quality, and maximum efficiency, thereby laying a solid foundation for national transport infrastructure development in the new phase.
The Food Safety Authority under the Ministry of Health has recently issued a document to provincial and municipal health departments and food safety subdepartments nationwide, calling for strengthened food safety measures to prevent Nipah virus infection. The directive calls for enhanced monitoring and stricter compliance with food hygiene, safety standards, and personal hygiene at food production, processing, and business establishments. It also requires regular health monitoring of workers directly involved in food production and processing, particularly foreign nationals from countries reporting Nipah virus cases. Any individual at food production, processing, or business facilities showing unusual health symptoms must be promptly reported to the Provincial or Municipal Center for Disease Control to receive support in implementing disease prevention and control measures in accordance with regulations.
On January 30th, at the ASEAN Tourism Forum, ATF 2026, held in Cebu City, the Philippines, Cua Lo Beach in Nghệ An province was officially honored as an ASEAN Clean Tourist City. Cua Lo, Nghệ An, has been assessed by the United Nations Tourism Organization as one of Vietnam's most ideal beaches. Stretching more than 10 kilometers, it is flanked by 2 rivers at either end, features a gentle and even slope, clear blue waters, moderate waves, and suitable salinity, qualities that few beaches possess. The regional recognition of Cua Lo Beach not only helps enhance the status and image of Ngasian tourism on the ASEAN tourism map, but also affirms the province's sound approach to sustainable tourism development, linking economic growth with environmental protection and the preservation of cultural identity.
In the days leading up to the Lunar New Year, life remains difficult for many households in remote and mountainous areas. In this spirit of solidarity, charity journeys have delivered practical gifts, helping ethnic and upland communities enjoy a warmer, more fulfilling Tet holiday. More in this story today.
Each blanket, each set of warm clothes, and every meaningful gift was carefully prepared by members of the Communications and Blood Donation Advocacy Club of Vinh University. Behind these items was the hope of bringing local residents and children in Chiang Mai commune a warmer winter and a more complete Tet.
The program is titled Xuan Hong 2026. We organized sales activities to raise funds and also allocated part of the club's budget to purchase warm blankets, winter clothing, a drum set, and 2 solar-powered lamps for the children. We received very enthusiastic support from the Student Association and the Youth Union of Vinh University.
After traveling a long distance to reach the highland villages, the gifts were handed directly to pupils at Chiang Mai Semi-Boarding Primary School for ethnic minority students. Though simple, the gifts carried care and encouragement, giving the children greater joy as the Lunar New Year draws near.
This is a very meaningful activity for the children. The Tet gifts are also a way to instill compassion and a spirit of sharing among young people towards students from ethnic minority communities.
I feel very happy to receive gifts. I'm very grateful to them.
Meanwhile, in Vinh Phu Ward, within a short period of time, Youth Union members mobilized resources and called on benefactors to join hands in organizing a charity trip to Long Thang Village, Tien Phong Commune. The journey delivered practical Tet gifts to disadvantaged households, helping highland residents welcome a warmer spring.
The Ward Youth Union conducted surveys to identify units in need in order to organize the Spring Volunteer Program in mountainous areas. Based on that, we developed a plan, determined the scale of the program, and mobilized benefactors and sponsors to ensure a well-rounded initiative. The program has raised about VND 70 million.
Carrying warm blankets, Tet gifts, and sincere compassion, these journeys have helped share hardships with people in mountainous areas. As spring approaches, such care not only brings Tet closer to remote villages, but also spreads humanitarian values, making the season of renewal more complete and filled with love.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.